Welcome in to Rover Sports, the show. I am here with two good buddies, Mr. Al Zafiri. He is hosting the show today, and Charlie Bowles over here to my left. And this is a beautiful time of year because we finally have football back, and I think that since the finals ended, we had a little summer league basketball. I'd say that this has been the toughest week for me. Just throughout this year, just personally, this week is like the toughest because I think a lot of great shows come back in August, and I think Hard Knocks is going to be amazing this year.
Oh, I think it's going to be a train wreck, but like a good.
I think it's going to be spectacular.
It's like a train wreck you kind of want to watch.
How are you not going to want to watch John Gruden, Derek Carr?
I think this will be the last Hard Knocks.
Why do you think so?
Who's going to top this train wreck? I mean, you really got
maybe the Detroit Lions.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, this with John Gruden, with Antonio Brown, Derek Carr, you have so many personalities for the Oakland Raiders, and I guess like maybe next year if they went to Vegas, it would even be cooler. If they went to Vegas, There is this All or Nothing program on Amazon. Have you heard of that? It chronicles a whole season of an NFL team.
Just as a pick a random one, kind of like Hard Knocks does?
Yes, okay. Yes. It's boring, though. You already know the end of the story. So, like, at Carolina Panthers.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that. I'm guessing the answer is nothing because they definitely didn't get the all. Yeah. They didn't even make the playoffs, so let's call it for what it is.
Yeah, it wasn't like an exciting season.
My hatred for Cam Newton. It's just seething.
It's hatred. Funny. I don't hate him, but how can you hate him because he hasn't done anything in years?
I can't stand his smugness, his all-about-me attitude, and I just think he's kind of like a la Michael Vick was back in the day. Great athlete, but not that great of a quarterback.
Yeah, not like
I think he's
not the best
at
reading defenses. Well, Michael Vick for Atlanta was pretty good. I welcome in Charlie Bowles to the show. And Charlie, we have August coming up. Do you consume preseason football? Do you bet on it? Do you like it?
I bet. There hasn't been a day in 20 years I haven't bet. But
do you bet on preseason football?
Yeah. It's number one. I never bet more than I bet more to be right than to win money. Anyone who bets to win money is bound to lose. So
in preseason,
I've been able to do really well over the years because I don't bet money that I need to win or need to lose. It's fun.
You're not putting the rent check up on there.
I put on the third string quarterback for the Rams versus the third stringers of the.
I'll be honest. To be perfectly candid with you, I put $100 in an account last year. I started a new account. At one point, I bet really small. I had like $1,700 in the account at one point, betting really small increments. Lately, I've been taking a lot of long shots. I've been taking the Masters and the British Open.
Let me ask you a question. With betting, do you get like that? Like when you kind of on, I want to say a hot streak, but you're doing well and consistently well, do you start to get a little bit looser with your betting?
No. I tell you what, true story. And Tim Legler, who is ESPN analyst, was a really good friend of mine back in the day. And it was a Sunday afternoon. I think it was 2003. Have to look up the year, but there were 4 playoff games on that day. I started betting. I had the over in the 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, the best weekend of the year in the NFL. Yeah. I bet the over in the first 2 Saturday.
Weekend.
I think
the week after
divisional weekend's the best one.
So I had the over in the first 2 games. I lost. Sunday first game I lose. Now the afternoon game. We're at Downey's, if you remember that place at Front and South. And it was some buddies from Delco, Bill Grossman, who owns the Red Lantern on Oak Avenue, and Timmy Legler, and a couple other buddies of mine. And I bet, the largest bet of my life, $30,000 on the over between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. This is when both defenses were...
Wait, was this in 2003?
I'm pretty sure that was the year.
Brian Urlacher.
The 1 o'clock.
Was Rex Grossman the quarterback?
I remember the 1 o'clock.
It was Delhomme.
The 1 o'clock.
Did they make the Super Bowl, Carolina?
The 1 o'clock.
It was before the Eagles. Before they played the Eagles, actually.
The 1 o'clock game was Indianapolis-Pittsburgh. I remember at Indianapolis.
And then Peyton Manning.
Yeah, it's a real bet. $30,000 on the over, and every game had gone under. The over-under was 28.5. I had never seen an over-under that low before in my life, but both defenses, it was freezing in Chicago.
I was going to say, he's right. It was Jake Delhomme, and was it like Rex Grossman, the quarterback for... So, I mean,
and that was the year when Carolina beat the Eagles?
Yep, and you think sucker bet, 28.5. Oh my God, this is going under no matter. These are the sucker bet usually. You go
exactly.
28-0 at halftime. True story. 28 total points at halftime.
Oh no.
3 minutes left in the game.
No point.
Still 28 points.
No points.
They kick a field goal.
Are you
3 minutes to go in the game?
Are you dying?
They go, oh, I'm dying.
In this bar?
I'm trying to act like I have it together, and inside I'm dying.
Are you yelling at people?
I'm imagining paying the money. I'm visualizing everything. I'm actually going to go have to pay this money on Tuesday. And
did you study both of these teams?
Oh yeah. Well, at that point, when and by the way, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, all games, it was a loosey-goosey weekend where there was a lot of high-powered offenses on the field. I can't remember the Saturday games, but I do remember the 1 o'clock Sunday game.
Right.
And I was inside. I was dying. And I've made 3 large bets in my life, and I remember where I was, who I was with, the outcomes. I won all 3, luckily, knock on wood. Ever since then, I may be the smallest bettor on the planet. I literally bet $25, $50
Was
a
the third one so scary?
That was the biggest one. The other ones were only 10,000. It was the Giants Dallas opening night.
When?
I forget the year. I was at Spazzo on Front Street.
Yeah.
Night game, was out all day, the Mexican Post, and I went there, and we took, my buddy and I took a couple people with us for dinner. I hit that game. The other game...
Was it a long time ago, the Dallas Giants game?
This was DeMarco Murray days.
Oh, so I bet it was with Romo. I bet it was a high-scoring game. Did you take the over?
No, I had Dallas. And then the other one was the Angels Red Sox playoff.
These are random games to be picking. This isn't the Super Bowl.
$10,000 on a baseball playoff game with my buddy Mike Roseman at Buffalo Billiards on Chestnut Street. It was the Angels Red Sox. We bet the Red Sox. The Angels hit a homer in the first inning. My buddy, look, you would think that the game had ended on that. He was dying. Like the life's gonna. We're dead. Like we're dead. Life's over. I said, that's why they play 9 innings. I think the final was 9-1 Boston.
Yeah, I think of all the games that you fear to the least, I don't know, say fear to the least about clock and time is baseball. I mean, you get 9 innings, it could take 10 hours, 20 hours, but you get your 9 innings.
I've learned to become. There's so many services out there that sell you BS. Mm-hmm. I look at a game. I listen to nobody. I focus on X and O's. I don't get into the hot game mentality. I don't get he's a 28-0. You got to listen to his next bet. I live and die with my own thoughts, and I do pretty well. And ever since I started doing that, I've done really well. But percentage-wise, I guarantee you I'm at about 75%.
And do you look at, with X's and O's, do you look at style, or how do you look at like an offensive line, if you mind me asking?
I look at the Bible a lot, believe it or not. Phil Steele, his book will give. I always know this about Phil Steele's book. I get more gambling knowledge out of that book than I do anything else, because he goes so deep into how these teams have performed, the turnover on the offensive line. Where do they stack up? Early season, like Hawaii, Wyoming. Where are you getting information from? You have to go to Phil Steele's book.
You do.
Last year, I think they played in Japan.
Because no one has
Wyoming may have opened the year last year.
Yeah.
I was so focused, and I forget who it was, but I forget who won, but I had the winner.
It's tough
through Phil Steele's book.
And there's so much change and turnover with college coaches now. Like for the Miami-Florida game, you don't even know starting for Miami, at quarterback.
If you gamble to win money, you're bound. You've already lost. You gamble for fun. You gamble money that you would take the great adventure
to see.
You start with an account, and then at the end of the year how you've done.
Do you ever tease?
Yeah, I do teasers. I do reverses.
How about parlay money line winners, where you pick all the pick favorites?
I used to do that in baseball, and then I ended up losing. So I kind of stopped doing that. I realized this: straight bets are the best way to bet. Like there's
not even money line.
They call them teasers for a reason, and they call money line you lay odds for a reason. The best way to bet a game is head on against the line. I buy a lot of half points, 6.5 to 7, 7 to 7.5.
Yeah.
But over time, that even loses money, is proven. Although I just can't help myself.
Well, let's go back to some of the craziest swings of gambling ever. I think that the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Falcons.
Yep.
Like, I had the Patriots, so that was...
Never go against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but did you have the Patriots? Was that an amazing comeback? Was that an amazing comeback?
Yeah.
How about do you remember the Felipe Franks throw against Tennessee?
Yep.
When he bombed it into the end zone, and that was a crazy swing. The Northwestern Ohio State, at the end of the game a lot, you see teams can blow the spreads with the Hail Mary that they try to do, and then it's a turnover. Remember that the Chiefs-Redskins game was a classic on Monday night?
There was a couple games last year where Derrick Henry ran, with a minute and a half left for Tennessee, ran a 98-yard touchdown in to cover a line in a game that was dead.
Like a Redskins.
Oh, you want a prime example? My wife, we got in a block pool this year for the Super Bowl at the Red Lantern, and the halftime prize was $10,000, and there was each quarter, but we won the halftime, $10,000.
10-7 was the score or something?
And 10-3, I think it was 0-3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game,
who wanted that score?
But at the end of the game, we had the winning score with, was it 2 minutes left, and they were on their own 7-yard line. You can't lose. We were going to win the 35 minutes at the end of the game. They were running the ball. They weren't passing it. They literally ran 60 yards down the field and kicked a field goal. It cost me $35,000. I felt like I lost the money. I just didn't win it. That felt like a true loss.
You could have won $45,000.
Yeah, on a stupid block poll. But it was Like I got to tell you, if you come over, like I said, when you come over to the Houndstooth Lounge, for games, like it is a gambler's paradise, I call it. It's the 5 big screens with the sitting area. I'm not a huge drinker, but I have a big bar in case anyone wants to drink, which is stocked.
Sounds sweet.
Stocked.
Al, I think we're going.
Oh, it's got every.
I'm waiting for the invite.
Oh, dude, you guys number one. You guys have an open invite. It's
all right.
That's why we're having you. It's just because of the house.
You better be careful because you're the kind of guys that will overwhelm.
We'll eat
over their invite.
We'll be sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't say you could sleep here for 3 days straight.
But you can. Every Saturday at 8 a.m.
We're gonna make
Sunday
ourselves
night.
comfortable.
Oh, look, you don't even have to leave.
No admission charge.
No, dude, I'm telling you what, you will not find you will not find a better viewing experience to watch football anywhere in the world.
I can't wait.
Definitely gonna check it out.
I think you sounded pretty well.
5 large screen TVs and a sectional couch that wraps around to you're 8 feet from the TVs.
That's awesome.
I love it.
So, I mean, we're 1 week away from training camp starting in the NFL. Kind of like a bit of a Christmas Eve here. We're right here. We've made it this far. We're waiting to get to football starting. I mean, in the city of Philadelphia, this is where we're coming from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to talk about. The ups and downs of the Phillies. The Sixers, they're kind of right now a little of a cold topic because we're waiting for the season to start.
I did see Ben shooting at a church league.
Yeah.
Did you see that highlight?
It was impressive too.
John Clark, he hit that 3.
But that's not the first time But that's not the first time we've seen video of him just shooting around in a meaningless game.
I've actually seen him hit those fadeaways in a game though, because they were only like 10-foot fadeaways. You've seen him you've seen him hit.
17.
He was playing against Wiggins in a pickup game.
Yeah.
Is that the video you're talking
Is
about?
it Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, I have the video.
It was a church league. It looked like a church league basketball.
Playing against Wiggins one-on-one. That was his guarding him was Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, but it was a group of guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell who the guys were.
It only took $170 million for him to decide to start shooting.
Well, he shot one in transition. I want to see a still baseline 3 from Ben. And the form, he still has his arm way out here. Like his form still it doesn't look good. At least he looks like he's shooting.
It's the same team as last year, better. Their starting 5 is better than it was last year, but they still are. They don't have the Bellinelli or Ilisovich where, here's the thing. I know everyone says they don't play defense. I get it. But when they come in and they can hit 15 points in 13 minutes, it doesn't matter. They stop runs. When you bang a couple threes, a 10-0 run becomes a 10-6 run, where they don't have that guy that's going to stop those. Look, the starting 5 can't play the whole game. So what happens when the other team goes on a 10-0 run? They're missing that, and I keep wanting.
Well, you're talking about the regular season.
Yeah, the Corver type or
because in the playoffs you only need to play 7 guys.
Yeah, but the Wayne Ellington type, like who's going to stop these runs when they need someone to just nail a 3? And these guys are smart. They're getting paid millions of dollars. We all see it. How don't they?
And Al Horford is going to. It's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard. You did
a lot of games in the 80s.
We're going to be playing games, I guess, like half court. It's hard to guard when you have Al Horford and Embiid. Like I think it's fascinating because I don't know if we could get out to the shooters with the big guys.
Here's my thing and this was always been my hang up with Ben Simmons and the shot thing is I've said it before, is his inability to want to do it versus inability not being able to do it. There's different things. But think about the ripple effect of him taking a shot. Just what could happen. If he learns to take a shot, just have the danger possibility, Ben Simmons taking a jumper, that now people have to respect him. You don't have to
sag.
You can't sit back and just wait for him to come to you because you know that he's going to do that. Take a charge or whatever it is your game plan is on that. Now it forces Embiid to stay back and play center like a natural center, not for him to go out to the 3-point line and force people to come out and guard him out there. And then you got Al Horford under there, who is just going to make it like an under the basket nightmare. So if you don't have a sharpshooter who's just knocking down threes or close to him, it's going to be a nightmare for your team.
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm saying. That is the basketball, the team repercussions of him just learning to shoot, putting the fear of God into anybody who has to guard him.
But I don't believe that Ben Simmons, I even saw the way he was shooting in that video. If I were an opposing coach, I would welcome. Also, when you're the point guard, you have to pass it almost first. I would welcome Ben Simmons shooting a 3.
He's going to get.
I don't think he's not going to be. He's not going to be good.
But it doesn't have
even
to be,
if he's wide open, the team wants him to shoot.
Look how good he is without being able to take a shot. But if there is a small threat that he can take a little 12-footer or something, like just something.
Yeah, maybe inside.
That changes your game plan completely.
Maybe a 15-footer.
Because that's why Ben Simmons can be controlled. Because everybody goes, "Oh, he's so good at this other stuff." You guys are all hung up on a shot, but that's how much of a difference this is. Like something that's important. It's like, well, I just bought a car. It's got a beautiful paint job, leather seats, all this. Oh, but it's missing its engine. Well, that car is useless to me at this point. I don't care how nice it is.
If I gave you odds on what would you bet, yes or no, what would you bet Ben Simmons makes a 3-point shot in his first game next year?
Oh. Ugh,
he's going to take one. So
I think it's.
Do you think he's going to like Andy Reid at first game of the season, kick it onside?
I think it's the opening game, and everybody's going to be watching.
Yep.
And I think that there's a chance he's going to go 1 for 4 from 3, probably.
And like I said, I don't even want him to take a 3 for a while. Just take a jumper.
He needs to, that fadeaway jumper. In the middle.
I keep comparing this. I said this on other shows. I said it, I think on this show. It's like the people who have the security guard Sloman shield out on the front lawn. They may not have the actual security system, but it makes, at least if you're thinking about robbing the place, it makes you think twice about it.
I'm skeptical as well, although I give him credit. He does look like he's working hard. If he's ever going to make progress, it's going to be this year. He gave up, playing out in Australia in the summer, and said he wants to dedicate himself to the Sixers.
It only cost. He gave. I always like when people say he gave it up. Okay, yeah, he gave it up. Well, did he really give it up? He got $170 million. I don't think he gave up anything at that point.
He's sacrificed so much.
I wonder if he decided not to do that because of they might have said, "Listen, we're going to pay you now, but we can't have you playing in the Australian team."
Could have been behind the scenes, yeah.
But you know what? The shot might not have looked good in that. It's
not even the shot, and I think if you're the team, you kind of want him to go out there and kind of get his feet wet and maybe shoot around a little bit in some live competition. But my point is the injury that could occur that makes it very. It's like the Pro Bowl. Like people don't like doing the Pro Bowl. Like a lot of these players don't like doing the Pro Bowl,
and it's miles on the tires.
I know this is a crazy thought, but why didn't Ben Simmons play in the summer league and work on the shot? Like why? I mean, I know it's crazy, but why not?
And I think that's because what the summer league means to people. Yeah, the
Knicks had their whole roster.
Well, it's an ego.
It was crazy.
No, I'll tell you why. I guess
So.
Ben Simmons is he's an all-star player. He might be a little old for the summer league.
Yeah, but I'm sure if he wanted to, he could have played.
But also, Ben might have looked at it as being disrespectful to the young guys that are trying to make a team. Like these guys are trying to make the D-League team.
Well, you were there, so what did you saw better than we could on TV? What did you see
about what the Sixers?
Is there any promise out of that group? Or?
I think Thibault has some serious promise because he is a guy that can hit a 3-point shot. He looks a little like Rip Hamilton out there. He can play some defense. Zaire Smith looks really small on the court. He's only like 6'2". yes, he can dunk, but I don't think he's going to pan out that well for the Sixers. The whole summer league in general, it's fun in Vegas, going out there. A lot of sloppy basketball, a lot of physical play, and then also guys will take time off. So Zion took the time off.
Shake Milton? Nah.
Yeah, no, that's shaky.
4-year deal.
No, and the Shayok, I don't think so. But the Feibel can compete with Richardson to start on this team. He's that good. I want to see Feibel almost start.
Listen, I think at the very least he's going to make a very
he should play 25. He should play 25 minutes like a Landry Shamat. He can be that guy. He'll play 25 minutes a game.
I think he can develop a shot too. Like I said,
his shot is good. It's not too much arc.
I think he can develop it. I think he can add in, part, because I know when they got him, they said he's mainly a defensive player, but I think he's a guy you can work with. And
he could space the floor. He's so good defensively at reading, passes and getting his hands in passing lanes.
Well, they definitely had a plan. Looks like everyone they've signed was long and plays defense. So they definitely thought they have a way to.
Maybe that's their thought process. Hey, if we make it, really difficult to score on us, we don't need guys to put up 110 points a game.
I'm worried about Embiid. Like you talk, I still think Embiid will be at the 3-point line because he just does whatever he wants. Well, I don't think Embiid's going to listen.
That's where the maturity factor comes in, and what I mean by that is with also not everybody's talking about his health and his diet, and but I think also part of the thing I think he learned after last season is how close he was to possibly contending for an NBA championship. Is that you're a big man, you're a center. Why don't you use your talent? I'm not saying he should never go out and take a three, but unless it's necessary, don't do it.
Yeah.
When I see him out there, I feel like it's panic time.
Yep.
Well, Charlie, I wanted to. Sorry, did you want to talk?
No, I didn't want to switch gears. Cause I know you guys wanted to get to football because I had an interesting question. Which again, my wife is just such a sports freak like I am. I asked her and she gave me an answer. I was like, wow, you really did think about this. Because we're going to get to the quarterback list, and it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Right now, this year, is Baker Mayfield a top 5 quarterback?
I don't think so, really, at all.
I've made it abundantly clear on this show. I'm not a
stat-wise. What about stat-wise?
No.
In terms of yards?
Yeah, he's a fantasy quarterback. Are you taking Baker Mayfield as your fantasy quarterback?
All right, well, let's list the 5 that you would take over him fantasy-wise.
Fantasy-wise? I mean...
Mahomes,
Breeze.
I don't know about if Breeze can beat Baker. Breeze getting old.
I would say even Wentz at this point.
Aaron Rodgers.
Big Ben lost a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I'm saying
but
Wentz.
Big Ben's going to have Schuster.
He's
think about if the Wentz and D-Jack connection
I think Wentz can turn out.
That's going to be huge numbers
Andrew Luck.
I'm taking for fantasy. How about Kyler Murray? I think he's going to be a good fantasy quarterback.
I think... I'll go out on a limb and say it. You can write it down. Toxic combination of unproven coach, which was a real leap, and the only quarterback.
How is that a real leap?
The only
because here's the thing, though.
He played in a program that just was really just a run and shoot program. Thing. I think that
Cliff Kingsbury, you only need to coach offense, though. Look at Sean McVay. Sean McVay doesn't deal with defense at all. Kingsbury had good offense in Lubbock every single year. You can't recruit defensive players to Lubbock.
You have a quarterback who's the only quarterback under 6 feet to name them that have ever really played well. So you have
Wilson.
Yeah, that's it. Done. That's it.
It's Drew Brees.
No, he's over 6 foot. But you have a coach who I think was like you think he's a good choice. I think it's a disaster.
But look at Zach Taylor. Look at LaFleur. Look at these other guys that are getting.
You can't measure what someone does in the Big 12 and call it compare it to the SEC. It wouldn't have went down that way. That's why no Big 12 teams ever do well in the playoff because they get smoked.
Yeah, well, they don't have the same level of talent, though. We're giving Kingsbury now some talent with Vance Joseph. I think that Cliff can be Coach of the Year.
I'm going to predict that Arizona. I'm going to pick. I'm the one guy saying, and I get it. I'm out on a limb here. Kyler Murray's a complete bust. Complete bust.
And when is he going to be out of the league?
He'll hang around. Even if he doesn't make it here, someone will take a chance.
I love this prediction.
He's athletic. Someone will take a chance.
So he's gone from Arizona in 3 years?
I don't think he's... I think he's going to get thrown.
I think being in Arizona makes his numbers that less...
Yeah, I think he's
I'm going to say this. I think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Wow, we're going from bust to
so me and you are this is perfect.
This is dinner.
This is all natural.
Which means he's gonna be like a journeyman who plays for like 15 years in the league, basically.
Like a Fitzpatrick, you see.
Yeah. I just think he's.
I'm trying to. I see like another Mahomes for Murray. He's that fast. His arm strength. When you watch Kyler Murray throw the ball, it's off the charts arm strength. I'm worried about his dad is like a LeVar Ball character. And I guess his health is what you're worried about, that offensive line.
The problem is that everyone sees Mahomes, and everyone wants the new Mahomes now. Like he's just like Pat Mahomes.
He's fast.
Again, the height is the biggest thing. I just don't know how you throw over the offensive line consistently. Look, defenses are going to scheme for him. They're going to know the only way he's going to. I guarantee you, the first pass he throws in the NFL is going to be on a rollout. I will guarantee.
Well,
that.
he needs
he's not
to
stay.
He needs to stay in the pocket.
He's going to get murdered.
He needs to stay in the pocket.
He'll get
the
murdered.
guy that I've been like predicting the downfall of is two guys. But I'll tell you, Kyler Murray, first of all, I think he's going to be a pocket passer. He could put touch on the football. He can throw it like 70 yards. Plus his weapons, Andy Isabella at Massachusetts. How about Andy Isabella? How about Hakeem Butler? How about David Johnson?
You're not talking about Swan and Stallworth right now.
Larry Fitzgerald is going to help him. Larry Fitzgerald is a Hall of Fame
at this point.
How about David Johnson? He's one of the best running backs in the league still. He's still young.
I think the jury's out on him. Like, honestly, are you a fantasy player?
Yes.
Would you say the jury's kind of... would you draft him in the first round?
Yeah, would you take him in the first?
David Johnson?
Yeah.
He's a top 11 guy.
I could say, yeah. Depending on where I land in the picks, I could
top five?
Top five, no.
Last year he was like the top pick in a lot of leagues.
All right.
No, I would, maybe top five. It'd be 5-6 in that range, but definitely not. If I first pick overall,
Melvin Gordon or David Johnson. Assume Gordon signs.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's why
that's going to kill San Diego's Super Bowl chance.
That's why I'm going. Even though they still pick San Diego to win some places, I think it was.
I doubt that Melvin Gordon is not going to hold out.
USA Today had the Eagles versus San Diego in the
Super Bowl,
but San Diego ultimately winning. But this Melvin Gordon is going to.
I don't see Philip Rivers
stat
making
machine
it
last year. Melvin Gordon.
I take Melvin Gordon over him if everything was equal. You know what I mean? But
Melvin Gordon is too consistent. What do you think about Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold? Those two names, because
let's get to this because it's part of the list. So
okay, we're going to list.
Yeah, let me do this. So it's the top 40 list by Chris Sims. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you guys the top 10, and let's just talk about the top 10 and see if we agree or disagree.
For this year, is it just for 1 year?
It's for this year.
Okay, not for the future.
Well, we got to remember who we're leaving out then after the 10, right? Because we're
we're going to go through the whole 40.
Okay, this is great.
We're going to start with the 10 and then move people in and out.
I love this exercise.
All right, so number 10, we'll go backwards.
Yeah,
Drew Brees.
I won't interrupt.
Number 9, Tom Brady. Number 8, Cam Newton. Number 7, Matt Ryan. Number 6, Ben Roethlisberger. Number 5, Deshaun Watson. Number 4, Andrew Luck. Number 3, Russell Wilson. And number 2, Patrick Mahomes. And who do you guys think number 1
Aaron.
is? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, of course.
So Carson's out of this top 10.
Carson's out actually at 11. Which I think is a little BS, not being an Eagles homer.
Is Rivers in the top 10?
Rivers is right behind him at 12.
I think that, let's talk about who's too high.
All right,
what are we talking about? Stats or overall quality of player?
I guess eye test.
Because you could be in a losing team and have incredible.
Yeah,
stats.
I would say overall quality, like just overall quarterback, like putting them next to each other, putting them on the same exact team. Who would do better? Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson's your top 3. Are you guys okay with that in that order?
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay with that.
All right,
I'm okay.
Charlie, tell me with you. Are you okay with those 3 people?
No.
Okay, so who would you take out?
I would take out Russell Wilson and maybe Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes did it 1 year. I mean, can you assume Mahomes is going to do it every year?
Well, I mean,
that's exactly right.
He's already expected to be the biggest payout in NFL history.
I would put Andrew Luck in there for sure.
So you're saying Andrew Luck?
I think Andrew Luck is. I think Andrew Luck would. I'd probably put Andrew Luck at number 3.
Number 3.
If I'm going to leave Mahomes there, just
are you okay with Aaron Rodgers at number 1?
I think again. I don't know why Green Bay has not. No. It's almost like the Donovan McNabb thing again. Where when are you going to get this guy some weapons? Like you got him Jimmy Graham. Like and that's like. What would he do with a couple really good wide receivers? It's just
well, they did draft a tight end at Stoneberger.
Yeah, but
remember how good
Jake
Stoneberger?
Yeah, but like an elite wide receiver. He
Yeah.
makes
You got like
his
literally one of the
receivers.
best quarterbacks
Yeah.
in the
Well,
league.
they
He has
do
no
have
weapons
they have
around him.
Devontae Adams. He's an elite receiver.
Rodgers makes Devontae
Come on.
Adams.
Yeah, put Devontae Adams on any other.
Yeah, put him on the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all
Devontae
right.
who?
Yeah.
He's all right.
You're like, who's that
But
guy?
they drafted the guy Moore from Missouri,
I
St.
think
Brown.
Andrew Luck is going to have
So
a
you're
monster
saying you're
year.
saying top 3, Aaron Rodgers you're okay
Mahomes,
with, Mahomes and Luck.
I would definitely put Andrew Luck in there.
So, and you're okay with Luck at 3, Mahomes at 2.
I would put Luck at 2.
Okay, so you're saying
I know where you
Rodgers,
So
Mahomes,
we're going
Russell.
same team, right? Same
Yeah,
same offensive
best
line.
quarterback. Best quarterback.
I would put
that's it.
Rodgers number 1.
Rodgers number
Absolutely.
1.
Oh, then okay, we're going to see. I would put Andrew Luck over Patrick Mahomes.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm putting Mahomes.
So you're going.
Andrew Luck.
All right, so are you okay with their top 3?
No, I might even have a completely different top
Yeah,
three.
give me your top 3.
Okay,
I
I'm
wanna
gonna
hear this. I wanna
say
hear this.
I'm gonna say Mahomes number 1.
So
Okay.
it's not a different top 3.
I'm gonna say Jimmy Garoppolo number 2.
Get the.
What?
What makes you
I
say
almost
that?
dropped an F-bomb too.
that is pure homer. You just
No,
enjoy- you
because
like
Jimmy Garoppolo is
Are you talking
he's an
about who
MVP
you'd like to
candidate.
date?
He's an MVP candidate.
Like
for the
what?
porn star.
Like, yeah, who are you?
Garoppolo is so
You just, like, saying
consistent.
his
Fastest release. He is the best release
yeah.
in the NFL.
I
He's
think we're
the
gonna
most
start getting
accurate
phone calls
quarterback.
'cause people
Yeah.
are gonna
First of all,
blow their lid on that
death
one.
threat.
Jimmy
That's not phone
Garoppolo
call.
hasn't lost a game in the NFL yet. He's like probably 6-1 as a starter.
Well, 6-1 means you lost the game.
Look,
by the way.
Mahomes didn't start any football. We're all projecting here.
All right, so
And then at number 3, I think you could put Tom Brady. Maybe I would take Tom Brady
I mean,
still
I'm sure
because Brady's
somebody
going to
would-
win.
Listen,
You want a quarterback that
I
can
think
win.
overall for a guy, yes, who's going to win a game no matter what.
Yeah.
I think you can make it. I can't say but I'm saying pure talent as a quarterback, being able to read an offense, a cannon arm, thread the needle.
Tom can do all that. He's the most accurate. He's the
I'm
smartest
not saying
quarterback.
he's the most accurate. Smarts, maybe I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's the most accurate. I think he can. I think he can work around his own deficits.
I think
It
Andrew
makes him a lot
Luck's
better.
arm strength is not as great as you're making it out to be.
No, but I think look at it this way.
He has a great
I think if you're
weapons.
looking for one quarterback to all of a sudden step out of the shadows this year and say, "Wow, what a year!" I think it's gonna be Andrew Luck.
I think it could be Kyler Murray.
I think.
Well, I mean, I think you already started to see.
I think it could
you're already
be-
starting to see the Andrew Luck wow factor.
In the end of
I mean,
last year,
think
yeah.
about it. Look, the Colts were pretty much a non-existing team for the first half of the season, and people just kind of wrote them off. And then here comes Andrew Luck, like gangbusters, and squeaks one in.
Let's look at quarterbacks that can come out and shock people. I think that Josh Allen of
Do you just want
Buffalo.
to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo?
How about Josh Allen? I think Josh Allen
Not a
is
fan.
a great
All right,
talent.
hold on one second. Let's get through this 10 because
Not accurate.
I want to show you the rest of this list. I want to go through the rest of this list in a second because it's going to blow your mind more than
I
anything.
think I know already where Eli is ranked.
So you already guys, your top 3 blows my mind. But all right,
what about your top 3?
my top 3. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is always going to be there in the conversation.
He's the most talented, but he's
Right
a
now,
he's a mental head case.
Right now, Patrick Mahomes is showing that he is elite in talent and everything across the board. The only thing I haven't seen is his yet to
His
be
what?
proven is his being able to read a defense, his football intelligence. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, how does he bounce back with a year of tape now too?
Yes.
Now because teams are going to scheme him a lot.
And a
different
lot
than
of
they did
people
last
have
year.
said that Mahomes is playing with Andy Reid. He's playing.
I think he's still a
He has
little bit of
Tyreek Hill. He has the best weapons. He has the best tight end in the league.
I think he's still a little much to put in number 2. Top 10, definitely. Top 5, yeah, possibly. But top 3, it's a little bit of a stretch for me. I'm okay. I'm with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, I'm kind of with you. Agreement on the Luck situation. He's just.
I think
showing-
Luck is solid, but he has to stay healthy. I'd be scared, about his health. And Paris Campbell's good.
By the way,
what?
look what Andrew Luck did when his line got a little bit better last year. I mean, look, number one, they had to steal the draft with Quentin Nelson, who is.
Yeah.
By the way, Indianapolis had to
Leonard.
steal the draft on both sides of the ball. Yeah, offensively and defensively. They
And do you think Campbell's going to be good?
got, of course, absolutely.
And I guess with what you
He made Eric Ebron really good
and I
too.
guess looking at the rest of the list, and we have a phone call here. We'll take it.
Well, Deshaun Watson shouldn't be in the top 5. He's playing with.
Yeah, that's all potential.
Yeah. How you doing there? Welcome into Rover Sports.
Hey, what's up, fellas? It's Big GP, man.
Pigskin. How you doing there? What's
Hey, I'm
going
doing
on?
fantastic. Thanks for asking.
What do you want to talk about today, Pigskin?
No, so I think I came in the the chat a little bit late here. I was busy with the kids and everything. But the first thing I heard when I came on was one of these guys. I don't know their names. I apologize. But what I'm saying that he thought that Kyler Murray was going to be a bust in the NFL, and his only explanation for that was his height. Is that what I heard?
Yes. That wasn't the only explanation. That's where I began.
What's the other explanation?
I mean, number one, you're coming from the Big 12 versus big boys now who know how to play defense. I mean, you're stepping up in class. It's like going from a maiden to the Kentucky Derby. This is a totally different world here. To come out and say Kyler Murray's going to be going to the Hall of Fame is so naive. I think he's going to be. I think the coach is overrated. I think they're going to try to play this run and shoot system that these defenses are just too good. He's in the pocket. He's going to get annihilated. He's not big enough to withstand the beating that he's going to take, and they're going to scheme him, and they're going to condense him to the pocket, and they're going to murder him.
He can throw from the pocket.
He can't see. He can't see over a 6'7" lineman. You just can't do it.
Lineman is 6'7".
I never said he was going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Well, that was the other that was special.
I don't care if he came from the MAC conference. Listen, Carson Wentz was an FCS player. The only thing that matters in the NFL at the quarterback position is arm talent. He's not only going to have that. He's
not reading a defense, right?
Go as a rookie, he'll probably be the top 3 best arm talent in the league, and he can run. Now, will he take Arizona to the playoffs? Probably not, because Arizona has a lot of problems other than the quarterback position. But his height doesn't. Listen, the offensive linemen at Oklahoma are not shorter than the offensive linemen in Arizona. To say he can't see over Arizona's line is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, huh? What? Let me. How tall are you, by the way?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay, let me line up 5 7-footers ahead of you. And you're gonna call me ridiculous for saying they're too big? In fact, what you said was ridiculous.
Well, no, the Oklahoma offensive line, they got drafted to the NFL.
They played in the Big 12 and they rolled them out. Hold on, I'm not going to lose my crap here.
Against Alabama, he threw for 400 yards against Alabama.
I'm not going to lose. 3-step drops. You're not going to do that in the NFL. Watch the film. Watch the film. Watch the film. Watch the film. Watch the film.
Linemen are not shorter than Arizona offensive linemen.
How many 7-step drops did he take? How many 5-step drops did he take? Watch the film.
Watch the film. Watch him make the accurate passes. That's all that matters in the NFL.
I would say that's probably 5%
I think he knows that Pigskin Pete's a Clemson fan. Charlie's a big Alabama fan.
Well, hold on.
I don't care about that.
Let me be the guy in between here. I'm going to disagree with the caller in the sense that an accurate arm is all you need in the NFL, because that is far from the truth. I think quarterback IQ is one of the most important features of a quarterback. What you look at is, because you've seen it many times, guys with an immense amount of talent, immense amount of quarterback skills outside of that, who falter because they don't have the prowess to read a defense, pick it apart, make a change in a split second. Is an accurate arm important? Absolutely. I'll give you that some credit. To say it's the most and only important aspect of an NFL quarterback, far from the truth.
The beauty of it is, one of us is going to be right.
Does anybody have that Kyler Murray doesn't have a good football IQ?
I'm sorry. How much you've watched him in the Big 12?
Well, I'm just saying it's hard to say right now.
So you watch Mahomes in the Big 12 too.
What does the Big 12 have to do with anything?
They don't play. Every team scores 80 points a game in the Big 12. They don't play defense. You play in the run and shoot, and you do 3-step drops all day. That's all you do.
What did he do to Texas? Texas has great defensive talent.
Look, the thing is this: no one knows the answer. So if we're both acting like we know the outcome, neither of us. Well,
that's why we're talking. If we knew the answer, we wouldn't be talking about it.
So what I can say is this: gentlemen bet. Kyler Murray will not be in the top half. You said top 3. I'm going to go top half.
I said top 3 arm talent. I didn't say top half
in the league or rookie?
Let me ask you this question. How about this? Top 10 quarterback will he be a top 10 quarterback?
Absolutely.
This year.
I think he's a Super Bowl winning MVP type of guy.
Jesus.
Yeah, give me what you were smoking on the way in here.
That's a jump. That's a
First of all,
drag.
Kyler Murray, I don't know if you knew this about him. He never lost a game in high school. He's the best high school player
Did he
ever.
play in the
state
Big
of
12
Texas.
too for high school?
He was 56-0 in Texas and
Look,
Allen,
he's a
Texas.
phenomenal athlete.
His
No one
dad,
doubts
his
that.
dad's a professional athlete. His dad's a professional athlete, a
I'm not
private
doubting
quarterback coach.
nothing.
I'm not
That
doubting.
means a look at Steph Curry. That means a lot.
No, it doesn't.
It means a lot. And also, he's Cliff Kingsbury. I think he has a great situation.
I think,
Darwin explained that away a long time ago.
Cliff Kingsbury is going to be a complete bust in the NFL.
What quarterbacks do you like? I could probably. I'm on the Kyler Murray train. I think he's going to be fantastic.
and you're entitled to that opinion.
Yeah,
because
it is. That's why it's fun because we're guessing.
Everyone's
we're
entitled to their
prognosticating.
Here,
opinion.
listen, and to
But
the
to
call,
say I'm wrong,
it-
like I've watched enough that I know my.
I don't think he's going to be rolling out. I think Lamar Jackson is more your rollout guy. It's not
guy-
Kyler Murray.
Listen.
Kyler Murray is a pocket passer.
listen, if you base everything into the caller, here's what you're saying. If you base everything on, and I think Charlie put a good point out with the height, it's important in the sense, but look at Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson didn't have his wheels and the ability to roll out and extend plays the way he did, a guy his size with his talent would not have
I still
beat
think
Russell
he'd be
Wilson.
good. I've seen him make
but
pocket
he's the
throws.
exception. All the other guys are the rule.
Yeah, but how many times?
But how many 5'10" guys do we have to choose
There's
from?
a lot of guys that came in 6 foot with a lot of speed, RG3, and basically didn't make it. They either got broken half.
RG3 was like 6'2".
They either got broken half, or which RG3 got literally broken half. Or
Johnny Football?
Look at Manziel.
Well,
look at
you can't use
Manziel.
that.
Manziel came in with a lot of talent, man.
a lot of running talent. He's not a good thrower.
Oh, but he had a good
Listen,
football
you can't
IQ.
use Manziel because Manziel
was lobbing it up to Mike Evans.
He had himself higher than these guys have Kyler Murray. You know, I'm saying
Well,
like,
with the
he was
drugs,
full of himself.
How can you get
yeah,
higher
with
than
the
a Super
drugs.
Bowl winning MVP?
Yeah, exactly.
How about Baker Mayfield? I mean, Baker Mayfield is.
Yeah, let me
like Baker
ask him this: if he's all caught up on Big 12 defenses, what do you think about Baker
I
Mayfield?
like Baker
Because I'll tell
Mayfield.
you
You're
right now,
comparing
Kyler
apples and
Murray
oranges. You're comparing
Kyler
apples and
Murray
oranges.
is as good an arm talent or better than Baker Mayfield.
You're acting like you know their pro football IQ, and that's just you can't
And
argue
I
with that. It's just
I-
stupid.
And I
look
think
at-
that's
I
the
look at
Kyler
his
Murray.
IQ.
I think that's the Kyler Murray.
You think
big
Freddie
hand, but you don't
Kitchens?
know.
So you think Freddie Kitchens is
You
a
don't
proven
know.
coach?
You don't
know about
know.
Kingsbury. At least
I-
Kingsbury was
that's
a
why-
head
well,
coach.
that's why I'm saying
Kitchens was never a head coach.
My prediction, which is that's why we're here, and we can be right or wrong. We can write it all down, and one of us is
We're
going to be
gonna
right.
write it. This is what's great. I love it.
Cliff
but,
Kingsbury will not be coaching in the NFL in 5 years. I will take any bet, any amount. Anybody wants to bet.
You like Freddie Kitchens though.
I do like Freddie. Well, no. I mean, you're comparing Baker Mayfield to Kyler Murray. They're two different players.
Yeah, they are. Baker's a taller
He's
guy.
a much taller guy.
He's taller, but Kyler Murray can throw it. He can sling it around.
He
throw it
can. There's
70,
no
80 yards.
debating. I'm
Also,
not debating that.
and he's thrown in the pocket.
I'm not
I think the
debating
lineman. I'm telling you. But Pigskin Pete, I want to thank you for the call. We had a great time.
I appreciate it.
Charlie,
No, I
Charlie,
appreciate
it was
it.
a great battle.
I like
I love
the
the
back and
debate.
forth.
I love
Charlie,
the
it was
debate.
awesome.
No,
And
it was great.
Pigskin, thanks for calling.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Pigskin.
calling. No, Pigskin's a good friend of mine. Actually, has a YouTube channel. And
No,
hey,
he's a
look.
good
now,
guy.
listen.
Hey, look.
Everybody's entitled
And I
to their
agree with
opinion.
them.
But I am going. Here's my thing: is Kyler Murray has not proven anything because he hasn't really played in the NFL much. He hasn't. And you know you can't compare him to Mahomes. You can't compare him to
You have
Baker.
to. We're asking, but
But you
we're making a
can't-
guess.
Well, I'm saying
It's not fun to say Mahomes is
You're
great
making
now.
a leap, not a
last
guess.
year,
Even Mahomes- listen,
last year
it's
I
just-
said Mahomes would be great, and now I say Mahomes is going to be great. It loses its
But how many
substance.
times have you
You
seen
have to
but
predict.
How many times have you fallen for fool's gold? Seen guys who come out and then, like Charlie said,
Well-
the NFL defenses figure him out and tear him apart.
Yeah, I know.
It happens.
There's going to be very few who succeed. In fact, in the first round,
There you go. Here you go.
Right, there's
Are we
Here's
making
the
the
guy
list?
who likes to bet. So
in
you better
fact,
be careful.
in the first round, I don't think Haskins is going to have a long career, Dwayne Haskins. So I'm doubting him. Lamar Jackson will be out of the NFL in a year.
Lamar Jackson should be in the NFL. I'm
Lamar
sorry.
Jackson is gone.
And I think
hot
Haskins
garbage.
is going to have the best career out of all of them.
Haskins, to me, mentally is too cocky to play at the NFL level.
I think you have to be
quarterback.
cocky.
I think he's going to get broken in half.
Look at
because
Baker.
I think
Baker,
he's just got to
Baker Mayfield is going to have some terrible years because he thinks he's too good for his.
Listen,
for
I
himself.
think
he's too cocky right now.
I think
Baker
the
Mayfield.
expectations are way too high.
On Baker Mayfield,
Yeah, they're just
I
way too
agree.
high.
I agree. He
All
had
right,
one good year.
Real quick, back to this top 10 thing for a second, because I want to get back because we're kind of falling out.
Yes, let's go quickly.
I want to go from 4 to 10 real quick and just tell me,
What guys
as I go,
are problems?
Does this person even belong in the top 10?
Yes.
So number 4, going backwards, Andrew Luck.
In.
I think everybody
Let's go.
agrees
I'll tell you,
okay
in
with
or
that.
out. In or out.
Deshaun Watson.
I'm going to say out.
I'm going to say out, too.
Especially this
I don't
year.
know how he got number 5 overall.
Bill O'Brien is horrible, and Bill O'Brien is a
And
hothead.
I honestly, I'm not sold on Deshaun Watson.
And guess
totally.
what? They
Pretty
had
weak
the easiest
division, inflated
They had
numbers.
the easiest schedule last year. That's the only reason they made the playoffs. In the
And the
playoffs,
fact
he was
that-
a disgrace.
The fact that the next few people I'm going to talk are behind him blow my mind. I think he doesn't belong. I think there's people who are 12, 13, and 14 who belong in there before he does.
Let's see.
So number 6, that brings us to Ben Roethlisberger.
Absolutely.
As a Steeler fan, I think the only question about him, aside from losing the weapons, is his heart. The last 3 years, he's been hinting that he doesn't. Every once in a while, he says, "Well, I'm not coming back. I'm not." But every year, he shows up and throws for 5. I think for more yards last year than any year in his career.
Yeah, like
5,000.
he still has the arm strength.
Juju Smith's a stud. I don't care. Look, Antonio Brown, see you later. And
Exactly.
by the way, I'm going to give you the surprise of the draft. The 3rd round receiver that the Steelers took from Toledo is going to be another prediction. Write it down. He will have 1,000 yards receiving this year.
What's his name?
I think it's Tremont Johnson.
No, I have no clue.
I'll make sure I write it out. He will have 1,000 yards receiving this year.
Well, listen,
I like him better than I don't like James Washington.
Listen, I'm not going to bet
I don't
against
like
you in this
James.
because
you don't like him either.
No,
right?
the Steelers are known for finding gold where people they have
With
good
receivers.
They are very good at finding talent where talent is
Even
usually
Vance
overlooked.
McDonald came from the 49ers and
Did you
has helped
choose to
them.
look at him? I mean,
What's the tight end's name? Brent James or
Yeah.
what?
Jesse James?
Jesse James.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Big Ben. Mike Tomlin, since he had the whole controversy with the national anthem and also with Brown and Bell,
Johnson was right.
Mike
Johnson.
Tomlin didn't do anything to control that team, and it was an embarrassment with Le'Veon. They should have let Le'Veon go a long time ago and stop putting up with the BS. The Steelers are a classic.
I think that's the Steelers' problem. I think it's Tomlin anymore. I just don't. I think he had lost the locker room. I think there was a lot of big personalities on there between Le'Veon, between Ben, and just it just wasn't.
He was very good. He did make 2 Super Bowls in a row.
Listen.
And he did have Palomalu. He had Harrison.
And everyone acts like they lost Le'Veon. He wasn't there last year anyway.
Yeah.
Connor had
And at least Tomlin-
Deontay Johnson.
And then they got Connor,
Tomlin
a guy who
makes
could
the
step in.
playoffs
I'm not saying
every
he was in
year.
a Le'Veon Bell, but he did step up and play very well for a team who just lost an elite quarterback in Le'Veon Bell. Number 7, Matt Ryan. Does he belong in the top 10?
I'm not a Matt Ryan
He's a
guy.
product of his talent. He's got so many weapons, man. Especially
And
Ridley.
he
With
is-
Ridley stepping up.
I'm not a fan.
Was it
Calvin Ridley stepping up last year, and they're going to give. Looks like they're going to give Julio Jones his money, and Austin Hooper now stepping up. I think he had
Calvin
almost
Ridley.
700 yards receiving last
It's
year.
just he's so inconsistent. He
But
could
Matt Ryan-
he could be hot on fire, just a stellar.
He can't win you games.
Yeah,
at the
he's a
end.
choke at the
He's
end.
a choke. He
Yeah.
choked in Philly twice. How about the opening game last year?
Yeah.
You knew he was choking. As an Eagles fan, you love playing Matt Ryan, right? Because you know he'll shrivel up and choke.
It's going to be interesting because it does make week 2 of the NFL of the Eagles season.
That'll be a very
interesting.
exciting game, and he plays better at home, but
Yes.
not in the top 10.
This one I'm going to tell you right now does not belong in the top 10, and that is Cam Newton. I don't like
Hell
him,
no.
and I just don't think he's that good.
Yeah,
He's
I
better.
totally
I think
agree.
he's better than Matt Ryan. He's clutcher than Matt Ryan.
But do you believe that? All right, do you believe that
agree.
Matt Ryan should be in the top 10?
Regular season, stat wise, you can make an argument for the 8 or 9 or 10, somewhere
Okay.
around there. But as far as clutch, I mean, look, I think I go back to the NFC Championship twice now, where he's thrown picks, both inside the 10-yard line. One against Philly, was the other one against San Fran, where he threw the pick. It's going in with like a minute left in that
Matt
game.
Ryan?
Yeah, remember the NFC Championship like 3 or 4
Yes,
years
he
ago?
did. Yeah, remember they were. I
Was it
think
San Fran?
the Falcons were up 17-0 in that game with Kaepernick.
Yeah,
and
they were
Kaepernick
going
and
in to
Vernon
win. And he threw
Davis.
another pick. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
If you remember that game with Matt Ryan.
All right.
Cam
There's
Newton.
somebody missing
Cam
from this
Newton
list.
is a clutch quarterback. He won a college championship. The MVP season, he was as ridiculous as any quarterback. But his shoulder is messed up. He's going to have a bad year this year. Cam Newton.
Tom Brady. I mean, I think everybody agrees top 10.
Yeah, how do you count him out?
But my question is, does Tom Brady should he be put behind Matt Ryan, Cam Newton,
Oh,
Deshaun
no.
Watson?
Oh,
like,
no.
should he be higher up in like the 5 or
he should
6
be in the
spot?
5 or 4.
Yeah.
Same thing with the next one, Drew Brees. Do you agree? They have him at 10.
I mean, his arm strength is getting weaker, but
But he still can put up 40 points like it's nothing.
and he hasn't wavered. He's
No.
still too good.
I think he drinks from the same fountain of youth that Tom Brady
It's crazy.
It's scary.
Eli
crazy.
needs that drink.
All right, so that's your top 10. When we've went through that. So now let's look at our next 10. Starting at number 11, Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I believe, and it's not just being an Eagles fan, he should be higher up. He should be in the top 10. No, not 3 or 4.
Maybe top 7.
7, 8, 9.
I agree.
Somewhere in that
I
range.
think based off potential, but not off performance.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, he's been hurt. all the time.
if he was healthy, I mean, I think there's nothing in my mind to think if he did not get hurt in 2017, the Eagles still don't go on a run and win the Super Bowl.
Guess what? Carson Wentz has the best offensive line now. He has the best tight end, maybe 2 tight ends in the whole league. He has all the help he needs. He has a great offensive coach.
Deshaun Jackson. He's got 2 great tight ends.
Howard from the Bears.
Yeah.
Well, Deshaun is old.
Alshon is.
Deshaun
He
is
can
old.
still fly, though.
Yeah, he really hasn't lost a step. Alshon is still a great receiving.
There's a
quarterback.
Stanford
That
receiver.
J.J. Garcia White looks like or is it
Whiteside?
No, is it Whiteside? Am I saying
Yeah,
that?
it is.
Passed on a couple really good
Yeah.
receivers to go after that kid.
They
too.
should have got Metcalf.
Well, do you know what? I
A.J.
see why
Brown.
they did it because if you look at it, he is like the next coming of Alshon Jeffrey. Which, if
Well,
you think about it,
that's a strong statement, man. Alshon's almost a Hall of Fame caliber receiver.
I'm saying,
Alshon Jeffrey. I'm not saying he's Hall of Fame, but he's a Pro Bowl, almost elite receiver.
Here's my thing: is build ability. They are very prototypical. He could be the next. I'm not saying he is going to be, but he could, based on the type of player he is, how he can go up and get like a jump ball type thrown it up.
Yeah.
So yes, he can be like Alshon. So think about it.
He could.
So what would you say for a good good receiver to get into? It takes a couple of years for them to get really seasoned. Usually, correct?
I think that there was guys like DK Metcalf and Campbell. So I didn't like that pick that all. Really.
Very few rookies do come in and succeed.
That's what I'm saying. So it takes
At the wide receiver position,
it takes a couple
I think
years.
Rookie receivers. Look at Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, well,
he succeeded.
Hey, it's been very few.
Juju
But I'm saying-
Smith-Schuster.
But they're not.
No, receivers.
Wait, was Schuster a rookie when he exploded though? Well, he had like 600 yards his first year, I think.
No, rookies succeed. Odell Beckham
not,
succeeded. as a
I'm not
rookie.
saying not all of them.
They
but
don't become all pros right out of the gate.
Normally, a average, not an average, but like, listen, we don't know if JJ's going to be an all-star or not. He could be. God only knows.
Right.
But my point is normally they're not coming out and not every rookie wide receiver's coming out and blowing the doors off of somebody.
No, that's right.
And it takes a couple of years for them to learn
A
scheme, get used to the
running
pace.
back can do it.
Yeah.
A running back can do it.
Yeah, running back can be more. Usually can step
And
in.
I'll
right
tell
away.
you, Miles
So think
Sanders
about it,
should be the main running back of this team,
but if
not
you-
Jordan Howard.
But if you think about it, by the time Alshon's contract is done, you're a couple years into it. If JJ could think about it, he could be the predecessor.
you might
to,
not want to pay Alshon Jeffrey that kind of
they're
money.
not going to pay him. He once his contract's up, there's no way. How old is he going to be then? There's no way they're going to
I
pay
don't think
him.
he's that old.
We've been around for a while. Though.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be in his early 30s, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he'll make like $8,000. Maybe.
All right, so your
Maybe
next one,
11,
number
12,
12, Phillip Rivers. Are you okay?
Too low.
You think it's too low
He
for
needs to be
Phillips?
higher.
You higher or lower for Phillip Rivers?
I actually think I'm not a Phillip Rivers guy.
I don't think 12 is a stretch, but I still think it's a little low.
So you like him in the top 10? But
Here we go, high or low.
He hasn't won
Higher-
playoff
Over
games.
Deshaun Watson for sure.
If you're okay, yeah, Deshaun Watson really, he must have paid somebody to be up at number 5.
I
don't
know.
understand that.
Phillip Rivers, I'm just, he's never won playoff games for me.
Okay,
He
all right.
can't throw a deep ball.
All right, are you okay with the next one at his spot or higher or lower? Dak Prescott, number 13.
He should be higher on this list
Higher.
in terms of being towards number 1.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
So you think he should be top
Rated
10?
rated highly.
You think he should be top 10?
Well, we missed on Garoppolo, Josh Allen,
We're not
Kyler
there yet.
Murray.
We're not
all
there
these-
yet. We're not there
He's
yet.
proper. He might be properly rated.
So you're feeling you're okay with him around 13?
If he dropped 4 spots, I wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't put him up any. I probably would drop him 2 to 4 spots.
Do you think he should be dropping
Drop
more?
two- two-
Let me
2 to
ask
4
you this,
spots.
Charlie. Do you think that the Cowboys win the NFC East this year?
No, I think the Eagles are stacked to win the NFC East this year.
If Dak Prescott makes a Super Bowl, can he be rated higher on this list?
And if Zeke Elliott doesn't show up next week,
well, Kyler Murray's going to do that, so we can't worry about.
Listen, Dak Prescott is 32-16 as a starting quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
At Mississippi State, he took them the #1 overall.
I watched a lot of them.
Great accomplishment. Dak Prescott wins playoff games. He won that Seattle game.
No, he did not.
Does
no,
the run,
he
does,
did
does the run
not.
set the
What do you
pass
mean
up
he
there?
does not? In that Rams game, he played well.
Do you know what was the difference? I'm going to put this to bed right now.
What?
And this is not the Eagles fan in me.
I know what
this
you're
is
gonna
the
say.
football person. The fact they couldn't kick a field goal was the reason they won the game. Seattle couldn't kick a field goal. That killed them. What was the final score of that game?
It was like 20-14.
I don't even think it was that.
Well, you know what? How about Russell Wilson not throwing the ball?
I want to see what
also-
Prescott's stats are without Zeke Elliott.
Well, you might see it. The way he's going.
He'll still be good. He may. By the way,
won't be as
Amari
good.
Cooper
Helped
was
immensely.
okay on the Raiders. Dak Prescott made Amari Cooper even better.
Well, you got bring an Alabama guy in there to fix things.
Guess
Listen.
what? Against the Eagles, Dak Prescott threw for like 600 yards against that secondary last year.
You mean the secondary that would have been not existing in any NFL team unless you had a secondary that was demolished that ended up turning up being pretty damn good in the long run?
Dak Prescott, out of the 3 years, has been a good quarterback.
I will get
you tell. All right, let me ask you this right now.
Good.
If wild card weekend ended up being Eagles Dallas, who wins that game?
Where's the game? I think the Cowboys.
Well, it would be in Dallas.
The Cowboys.
You think Cowboys win?
They
that
have
game?
the best linebackers in the NFL.
They have good linebackers. I will agree
They
with
have
that.
a really good corner in Byron
Steelers,
Jones.
Devin Bush this year will give you a run for your money. Why?
I think that the Cowboys' defense is elite. I think the Cowboys are a better team.
I think the Cowboys have a very good defense. I think Dak Prescott walked into a really pretty much ready-made team, let's be honest.
Yes.
They have a very good O-line. He has one of the, if not the top running back in the NFL.
Yeah, he is a top 3 back.
He didn't have a lot of weapons receiving, but he had some clutch guys. And he definitely got an upgrade. So
yeah, they got. Cobb.
Is it Dak winning or is it just a good team and Dak's not losing?
He's the captain of the ship.
Well, Dak
it's a pretty good
Prescott is
ship.
still
He's a
winning.
game manager.
He's still winning.
I don't know.
And guess what? If he
I
wins,
think 13-18.
if he wins Super Bowls, then that's.
I would have put him.
There's a couple of names I'm waiting to hear. That.
All right, your next one, number 14, higher or lower. Matthew Stafford.
I'm selling him. I'm so tired of the talent and potential on him.
Yeah.
Look,
But is that his fault or is that Detroit's fault?
No, it's his fault.
I mean, at the end of the day, I look at Tom Brady. He's managed to do it with a lot less.
But here's my thing: is I can't. Everything always comes back to Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Somebody there down the line sold their soul to the devil and got what they wanted out of it.
Don't you think Stafford's had enough time though?
Well, Al,
I agree.
Guess what?
He's a pretty good receiver, though.
Listen,
too.
I'm agreeing with you.
He has 0 division championships, 0 postseason wins in what 10 years as the number 1 pick in the draft.
As a Giants fan, you're a Giants fan.
Yes.
How much important is organization and management to an NFL team?
It's very important,
Coaching.
But Stafford
Stafford
is an aloof personality, though. He's an aloof personality.
And is it a little bit on him for taking such high numbers where it makes it hard for them to?
I wish he would be a lead. I wish he'd be a vocal leader.
Yeah, he's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah,
the talent's always been there. He never throws
at
deep
14,
anymore.
or you think he should be higher?
Lower. Yes.
Lower.
Let's go.
I'd put him at 20 or below.
Okay, so you're saying back further.
We can't
Let's say
stand
back
Stafford.
further or higher up because it looks like I'm
let's
confusing
go
it.
next one.
You're okay? You think he should be back further too?
Back further.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with where he's at. Could be better because the next one still boggles my mind. Number 15, Kirk Cousins.
God, what a letdown he was last year.
Letdown. He is to me just like Dak Prescott. He's a game manager, but
didn't even do a good job though.
But he's not a clutch game manager. You put him in a clutch situation and he freezes.
Yeah, it's one of my mistakes in fantasy last year. I
was
thought
all
I was ahead of the curve.
He should not be ahead of the next guy. I'm going to put that out
listen,
there.
they didn't have a lot of running. Their offensive line, they don't have a lot of running game. Dalvin Cook got hurt last year.
Minnesota thought they were one good
Minnesota's got two
quarterback
really good
away
receivers
from
and a tight
being
end.
one good quarterback away from being a Super Bowl champion
with Kirk Cousins.
And they were dead wrong.
But Al,
I think
they had an
figured
easy
Thielen
schedule.
out the
First
end
of all, I'm going to argue that they had an easy schedule that year, and they shouldn't have beat the Saints in that game. They were lucky to even
You
be
want
in
a guy
that
who's
game.
going to take a step down this year? Adam Thielen. If you watch the film on him towards the end of the year, I'm telling you, they figured him out.
I like him too.
But they figured him out.
Why did they figure him out? Isn't he a good route runner?
Look at his stats, I guess, first 8-9 weeks, first to last. I'm telling you, something changed. He ended up getting 11 catches
Kirk
for 200
Cousins,
yards.
that'll do it to you.
I just think if there's a guy
Chicago's defense owns Kirk
I'm
Cousins.
selling him at his peak right now.
Let's go to the next one.
Number 16, Nick Foles.
I'd probably have him higher on this list.
Back further, you mean?
No, more towards the top.
More to top 10?
Yes.
I'd back him up.
Big arm.
I think he's okay where he's at. I think I'm fine with it.
We're missing.
Well, let me
more
ask this question: would you
more
rather,
quarterbacks.
if you're starting a football team, would you rather have Dak Prescott or Nick Foles?
Dak Prescott.
I think Prescott too, because Foles is not.
Would you rather have Phillip Rivers?
Foles gets hurt
or
every
Nick
year.
Foles?
Phillip Rivers, 100 out of
Foles
100
gets
times.
hurt.
I just
every
asked
year.
that question.
Well, Rivers is now.
Kirk Cousins. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins or Nick Foles?
I'd rather have Cousins.
I'd rather have Cousins.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though you think Nick is clutch.
I mean,
you hate
Has
Kirk
anybody?
Cousins.
I'm just saying.
I know he caught lightning in a bottle.
All right,
Career-wise, though.
Hey,
your
Al.
team needs to go to the playoffs.
Al, he gets hurt too much.
Nick Foles.
Career-wise, though. Total.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, your team needs to go to the playoffs. This is where it's important. Do you want Nick Foles at your helm, or do you want Kirk Cousins at your helm?
Nick Foles can't play a full season healthy. He hasn't his whole career. He's been a backup his whole career.
Yeah, well, not his whole career, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't know. I think they're both pretty good quarterbacks.
But you would. I'm just saying, your team. All right, to get to the Super Bowl, you have to put a quarterback in. You could choose from Kirk Cousins or Nick Foles. Who do you want?
Kirk Cousins gets the ball out of his hands faster.
You're not answering my question. Who do you want in on your? Who do you? You're skating around the answer.
Tomorrow? If the game was tomorrow?
Game's tomorrow. You have to choose Kirk Cousins, Nick
And
Foles.
they both have the same line? Offensive line?
One's your backup. One's your whatever you want to call him.
I'll take Foles.
You have two quarterbacks: Kirk Cousins, Nick Foles.
I'll take
Who do you
Foles
want?
for 1 year. I'll take him.
Yeah, it's my point.
I think it's tough.
So he
No,
should.
but I'll take Cousins over 10 years because who knows with Nick? He's hit or miss kind of.
So you'd rather win maybe one Super Bowl in 10 years versus 0 Super Bowls in 10 years. That's just
I can't take it away from him no matter what. You're right. Can't take that one away.
Well, Nick
the
Foles,
fact is,
he
Kirk Cousins has never shown you the ability to win a moderately big game. Do you think he's going to win you the biggest
You
game
don't
of all
think
time?
that Kirk Cousins could have beaten Matt Ryan and the Vikings that year to get to the Super Bowl?
No.
I think he could have made the
I
Super Bowl.
don't think Kirk Cousins can win.
He can
He
win.
is not a winner.
But he was in Washington.
That has nothing to do with that.
Washington
He was
is a
Minnesota-
disgraceful
He was in
organization.
Minnesota. Yes, I will agree with you with that. But he was in Minnesota last year, and he did the same exact horse crap that he did in Washington.
Again, I think that's a guy.
But guess what? The NFC North, the NFC North is a really good division. That Bears defense is one of the great defenses of the last 8-10 years.
It's not a good division though, because
here we go.
Detroit's
So-
terrible.
Do you think Zimmer's a good coach?
Green
I
Bay's
think
on a
Zimmer's
decline.
overrated as a coach.
I think Zimmer is a little
The
overrated.
Vikings were overrated anyway.
Number 17, Baker Mayfield.
Should be higher
He'll be higher.
to the top.
Towards the top?
Yes. Next.
I'm okay with where he's at. I wouldn't even mind.
We're
knocking him
missing
back
a quarterback in the
notches.
top 10.
Number 18, Derek Carr.
Oh, he should be. I can't believe we're not mentioning this.
I told you this list.
No,
can become
Carr is
maddening.
bad. Do you think Carr is out of a job after this year?
It depends. He's got look. They gave.
You don't think somebody would pick up
they,
Derek
they,
Carr?
They tricked the Carr. Oh no, I think.
I mean, like a starter. Could he be like a Tannehill?
I think they've given. Look, I think Gruden's. Do you think Gruden's got his mind made up? I can't tell where he's already like. He's either already past him and over it or not. I think he believes in him. I think he. Gives him a
he
shot.
might be looking for the draft next year.
So
Let's keep
we're
going.
okay at 18, or you should.
No, Carr lower.
I'm okay there.
You're okay with him 18?
Yeah.
We're missing it.
Number 19, and he's in front of, and Derek Carr's in front of him. Jared Goff.
I've never been a Goff fan. I've hated on him.
Depends. It's is he playing against-
Slightly
I
higher.
heard he was a knucklehead
Is he-
too.
is
But
he
guess
playing
what?
against
He
the
made a
Chiefs?
Super Bowl. He made a
is he
Super
playing
Bowl.
against the Chiefs?
Did he? Because I don't think he ever showed up for that.
Yeah,
But guess what? Against the Rams, he was clutch getting him in that situation.
Against the Saints, he played well against the Saints.
He played well, and guess what? He's
Second
put
half.
up unbelievable numbers. You can't just put it on the head coach. You can't just say, "Oh, Sean McVay does everything for him."
No, you're right, but
He's accomplished so much.
Is he more of a game manager? Kind of like I was.
Not really.
I think
he lights it up.
For now, it's fine.
No,
okay.
I give him higher.
Yeah.
Higher. He lights it up.
You would put him higher up on the list,
Slightly.
like 15.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I still don't think
Number 20, Mitchell.
There
Trubisky.
we go. That should be a top 10 quarterback.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I like
I'd move him back
Trubisky.
for now.
Mitch Trubisky
Trubisky
top 10.
can run. He can throw. You saw what he did to that Eagles defense last year.
Dude, were you
in the
smoking
fourth
something
quarter
before you walked in here?
Trubisky.
You have Garoppolo in top 3. You put Mitch Trubisky out of all these quarterbacks.
I
in
think
top
he's fine
10.
I like
where he's at.
Trubisky
I think
a
he's
lot.
fine.
Trubisky
I'd be fine dropping him one or
with
two.
Matt Nagy, he's gonna have a big year this year. He's gonna win a lot of games again.
I'm okay leaving him or dropping him.
Really good fantasy quarterback. Trubisky.
Number 21. Go ahead.
Josh Allen.
Nope. Your
Jimmy?
other guy.
Jimmy.
Your other guy, Jimmy.
Crush.
Jimmy the Garoppolo. I think he's okay where he's at.
I'd move him up a little bit.
You don't
16,
think he's going to be
17,
like?
Would you
don't
say
think
he
he's
should
gonna
be
a
swapping spots with Derek Carr?
I think he should swap spots with Golf.
He
Golf,
should.
okay.
He should swap with like. He's
Maybe
better.
Carr.
He's better
Okay.
than Phillip Rivers. He's
Maybe
better
Foles.
than. He's better than Drew Brees. He's going to be better than Brees next
But
year.
Actually, maybe
All right, but you
Foles.
can
Maybe
make the,
Cousins.
Listen,
maybe
you
Stafford.
You can make the same argument you've made for Nick Foles and for Carson Wentz at this point. The guy hasn't played a full season yet.
Yeah.
He's been injured, but he has a lot of talent to be
So
a
much
stellar
talent,
quarterback.
and he has an amazing coach.
And that's why I think he's too unproven yet.
I think the 49ers.
And remember, a
are
lot
the
of his
team to
wins
beat.
came with the devil himself, Bill Belichick. Don't forget that.
I don't you think the 49ers are a sleeper Super Bowl pick?
No.
No.
Not even
Not
I
at
think
all.
they win their division.
No.
Going away.
That
Not
division's
even.
pretty stacked.
Seattle's not stacked.
Well, no, see my thing.
And then Todd Gurley, who the hell knows?
Seattle's.
You know?
This is going to be a wake up year for Seattle because between the Russell Wilson pay situation and
Jaron Reed's
and
suspension hurts.
they have nothing. I mean, really,
Guess
they
what?
did not. They
Frank
have
Clark?
they have no team. Like who's who's Russell Wilson's top wide receiver right now?
And guess what? Pete and Carroll left.
Baldwin's done.
Baldwin's done.
It's
so
DK Metcalf.
Got to be Lockett. Tyler
Metcalf.
Lockett.
Metcalf.
Well, Tyler Lockett will be, I guess.
Yeah.
technically
How about
number
Pete
one.
Carroll? He's too old to coach, maybe.
Nah, listen, you could be.
I
Sometimes
just think
age is-
Seattle's like kind of in a messy situation.
It is number
Jaron Reed
22,
hurts.
Sam Darnold.
That's appropriate. He's not very good.
Do you think he should be bounced further down the list or
Maybe
higher?
even down the list. I don't think he's
How
going to
about
be
you?
good.
I'd fine 22 and fine 25, fine
Okay.
26.
Josh Allen, number 23.
No, he's got to be higher on the list.
I'm fine where he's at.
He could be a top 10 quarterback.
Okay, dude, I'm
totally
You should
fine
not
with
have your own sports show. I'm just saying it right
Yeah,
now.
I'm totally
I'm
fine.
calling- I'm calling it out.
totally
I
okay.
don't care.
I
This
would
is
drop
my
him.
show.
I honestly would
All
drop
right,
him. I would drop him.
Number 24. You would drop him further down?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 24, Kyler Murray.
He's fine.
This is my sweet spot right here.
Yeah, you're
21 to
literally in the
25.
sweet spot of like the mid
This is my
quarterback.
guys, the 21 guys.
Number 25. How the mighty have fallen.
This could be a great podcast
Joe
to go
Flacco
back to.
in Denver now.
Higher on this list.
You should move him
I would
up.
maybe take him over Foles and Cousins
Get
for,
the-
for the season.
You mean broken back Joe Flacco? Like he's
Joe Flacco on
dude,
Denver.
He's one bad hit away from a
He
wheelchair.
doesn't finish the season as a Denver quarterback.
You don't. You
Well, he
think-
doesn't finish the season at the
Drew
very
Lock-
least.
Drew
you
Lock
think,
does.
You think Locke's going to take over?
I do.
I think Denver is rolling with. I think Flacco's going to have a great year, possible Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
Well, they're going to play the Niners then. In Arizona. It's going to be a tough year.
I love Flacco
You make a
for
killing
this
in
year.
Vegas.
I'll admit.
make a killing
I'll
in
admit
Vegas for
that
those
he's been terrible. I'll admit the last 3 years, but now he's going to have a rebirth.
He has
in
progressively
Denver.
been terrible since his Super Bowl run. Right. Tell me, since he won his Super Bowl, what really good year did he have?
What weapons did he have?
Joe Flacco had a good year. Not his
He's
team.
had no defense. He's had no
No
offense.
defense.
Marty Morningweg
That's
is not a
bullshit.
good coordinator.
I'll agree with you on that a little bit. But
Yeah, come on. What weapons?
but-
Ray Rice got out, you know?
yeah, Ray Rice, those guys won him.
I'm flying with
Super
Flacco.
Bowl.
That's where he's
That's
at.
not true. Flacco was great in that
Number
playoffs.
26, the Red Rifle,
I'm
Andy
It's
Dalton.
his last year in Cincinnati.
I'm done with
I think
Andy
it's his
Dalton.
you think it's his last year playing?
No, for the Bengals as a starting quarterback. I
He's
think
terrible.
How
that'll
old
be
is
right.
Andy Dalton now?
When he came out
31.
Came out of TCU a while ago, right?
Remember he won the Rose Bowl?
So what is he, like a backup somewhere next year, you think?
Yeah, I think this is his last year since.
All right, number 27, who's I don't think he's going to be much longer an NFL quarterback, Jameis Winston.
He could be. He could have a bounce. He has a good Bruce Arians system.
I think he is, I think he's one stupid move away from being banned from the NFL.
He's all right. I have to wait and see.
Listen, as you can tell from this conversation when we were talking to Pigskin Pete on the phone.
Yes.
I hold high QB intellect.
Yes.
He's a moron.
And that's why Daniel Jones is your guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about Mariota? He's not on this
We're
list
not even
yet.
there yet. Believe me.
Yeah, Mariota.
Hold on. He's not next one, but he's coming up.
Wow.
Number 28, Case Keenum.
He should be out of the top 40 or 50.
I would drop him a little bit.
Would you drop him 50?
No, I wouldn't drop him that far. But I'd drop him a couple spots.
Should anybody we said so far you don't think should be in the top 40?
Keenum maybe.
Maybe Keenum.
Dalton.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Well, I mean,
Sam Darnold.
I can't believe Josh Allen you have out of. I think Allen's really good.
Number 29, Marcus Mariota.
Exactly.
Here's a guy that Chip Kelly. Talk about a guy who almost literally destroyed a team. That would have what he was going to give up. Fletcher Cox being one of those things to get Marcus Mariota. Now, is it because Marcus is in Tennessee and it's just
I'm not re-signing Marcus Mariota for that money. No
Why? Because he gets hurt too much.
He's improving anything. I'm not paying him that's top number one starter
he's
money.
But he hasn't been a complete failure. He's like Derek Carr a little bit.
He's
like Derek Carr.
He's like kissing your sister, man.
He should be the top 18,
at
maybe.
$15 million a year.
You're saying Marcus Mariota just as a quarterback
no.
is a top 15?
Oh no,
he might be top 20.
Oh.
Mariota beat Andy Reid. He beat the Chiefs in Kansas City.
Listen. Somebody beat Andy Reid in a playoff game. There's not something that's not.
Mariota is mobile, accurate.
Oh no.
Mariota is smart
I'll give you this much.
I don't think he's accurate.
I'll give you this much. Maybe 29's a little on the high side, but he ain't much further past 25. I'm not giving him a lot of leeway. I'm giving him a little
put him
leeway.
in maybe the top 20.
Number 30, Lamar Jackson. So let me ask you this question real quick.
I don't get that.
Is anybody behind Lamar Jackson, so they should be very upset with I think Lamar Jackson, if he's going to be on this list, should be number 40. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback.
Well, there's a guy who won
Top
2
50.
Super Bowls we haven't heard from yet.
God, wait till we get there. We're not even.
That's crazy to me.
Well, first part, we're at number 30, and we're almost close to the guy he's talking about. That. Number 31, Jacoby Brissett.
I think that guy's underrated, man. I think in the right system, he may do okay,
I just don't think he's fast.
But are you
enough.
okay with 31 on the list?
No,
there?
I think he should be lower right now.
Okay.
Back towards 40.
Come on.
Number 32.
He's trying to make a splash.
Who do you think number 32 is, Spence?
It's not Eli.
It's not Eli.
It's
it is
Tannehill.
Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen beats out. I mean, I got to ask you a question.
I would put him higher, actually. He's good. He has talent.
You would move him up.
Rosen has talent.
Number 33. Who do you think it is?
It's not Eli.
It's not Eli.
Tannehill.
It's Tannehill.
Where's Bortles?
He didn't even make it. He did not make this list. Bortles did not make this list.
Let me think.
funny thing is Tannehill didn't even really play quarterback
So
until he went to
Bridgewater's not
college.
on here?
Who?
Bridgewater, Haskins.
Teddy Bridgewater's not on here. I didn't say Haskins isn't on here.
Davis Webb's not
All
on
right,
here.
number 34. Who do you think it is?
Davis Webb.
No, it's Eli Manning. Number 34 out of 40.
He should be higher. There's no doubt.
He's a good. Yeah, he can.
He should be
function.
10. You could
This year, though?
I would put him at least 10 spots higher over Dalton.
Yeah.
Flacco, Murray. I would. Case Keenum.
Okay, if I had to choose just out of pure putting him on a team that I need to win a game, I would pick him over
in
probably
a one-game
Flacco,
scenario.
Dalton,
In a
Winston,
one-game
Keenum,
scenario.
I'd go
Mariota.
as far as Darnold up
Yeah.
the list. And
In a
put
one-game
I'd be
scenario.
okay putting in front of all those guys.
Oh yeah.
I guess it depends how good my O-line is because that man is scared of a shadow of anybody else's. Number 35, Fitzpatrick or Fitzmagic for you.
If you need him 3 games a
Yeah,
year,
he's probably-
higher.
he
I
might-
like him. He's perfectly rated.
Next to maybe Nick Foles be the best NFL backup.
He's
because you can only
He's
get
perfect.
Maybe the Eagles should have went and got him as a backup.
But guess what? He's a curse. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Every guy he plays it behind gets hurt, so you
This is
always
true.
see him. So he's a curse.
Number 36, RG3.
over Haskins.
Too high.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he is Haskins this
I don't think
low.
he should be on
No,
this
no,
list.
I
and
drop him.
Drew Lock is not on this list, you know?
I dropped him.
I didn't say that. So far, he's not on the list.
But he should be ahead of RG3.
Well, actually, he's 37. Drew Lock.
Yeah, Lock is.
Nah, you're right
I
there.
like Lock.
He's fine with
He'll have
that.
a good career.
Number 38, Dwayne Haskins.
Until he proves something, he's fine with
I
that.
don't. He'll be all right.
Number
Not very
39, Colt McCoy.
good. Great play.
I feel like Casey Kasem over here. Number 40,
Let's do it.
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh my gosh. Now we're burnt out.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're toast.
I mean, it's scary where you think I'm glad you're not running my team.
the GM.
Yeah. You're
but,
not a
but
GM
the guys that I
or a
said.
scout of
So
the
who are
team.
the
Happy to
fir-
get in
so,
the fantasy league.
So who are
Yeah.
the four guys that we said? I said Josh Allen, Garoppolo, Kyler Murray. Who else did I say in that range?
Darnold, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen.
I didn't say
Garoppolo.
Darnold. Josh Allen,
Mitch
Garoppolo,
Trubisky.
Josh Allen, Garoppolo, Trubisky, and who else I said?
All right, of all those people we named, real quick, we're going to end the show on this. Give me your top 5 quarterbacks on this list.
Josh Allen, Trubisky.
Jesus, man.
No. I'll say Jimmy G.
No, this is you get to pick one of these 5 guys to win you a Super Bowl. Go ahead.
Oh,
5.
Out of the 5,
No, give
mention
me
the
5.
names.
Give me the 5 guys out of all 40
for
here.
this year.
Yeah, you're starting a franchise. You get to pick one. You get to pick 5 quarterbacks. Who are they?
Okay, I'll pick them. Jimmy G.
Okay.
Mahomes. Josh Allen. Let me think. I have 2 more picks, don't I?
Yep. It's scary right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm scared.
Drew Brees.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
I'm not Rodgers. His personality.
I'm not asking you to
like-
date the sumbitch. I'm just telling you.
But you know, Aaron Rodgers receivers don't like him. I would maybe put Rodgers. He's too good. But that's my list.
Oh, well, you got to take somebody off then.
Go. Who did I'll take Breeze off and put Aaron
Oh
Rodgers.
my God! You're taking Breeze off and putting Aaron Rodgers. You're trying to win a game tomorrow, and you were to pick one of the 5 of Garoppolo, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, or Tom Brady. You're telling me of all these other people on here, you couldn't pick them over, especially Garoppolo and Mahomes and Josh Allen.
These are the guys that are going to be carrying the torch of the league.
Okay. I hope you're right.
Let's staple this podcast
Yeah,
down.
I hope you're right. Go ahead. Top 5, Charlie.
Win a game tomorrow.
Win a game tomorrow.
In their current age. So
Yes.
Okay.
I like leading the franchise.
Rodgers,
Rodgers.
Brady, obviously.
Here we have them.
Luck,
Okay.
Drew.
Mahomes, and Roethlisberger.
So no Drew.
No Drew
No
Brees.
Phil Rivers.
Drew Brees is kind of choked the last couple of years, man. Look at it. I mean, bad luck.
He was
but-
good against the Eagles.
Bad luck,
yeah.
but
I'm closer to your list, Charlie, than I am your list. I mean, you
think
can't
anyone's
not
doing
have
my
Brady
list.
on here. You can't not have Rodgers on here. I'm okay with Luck. I think the only person I would probably disagree with you is right now is Roethlisberger.
you would put him on.
I take him off.
Big Ben's clutch, I'll tell you that.
He is clutch. I just don't. Maybe I wouldn't put him at 5. Maybe. Shit, I don't know. I like Russell Wilson. I just kind of have a thing for
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's all right.
And I think he's also could be a clutch guy too. Put him on a good team. I think he's even better. I mean, look what he can do with not. I mean, think about Seattle over the last few years. Take Russell Wilson off that team. How good do you think Seattle is?
Russell Wilson's very underrated. He's a solid top 5, top 6.
How many times
he's
how many
paid like the
times in the
best
last
quarterback.
5 years has Seattle been kind of written off towards the middle of the season and got into the playoffs? Something even last year was nobody thought Seattle was going to squeak into the playoffs.
You're right.
Real quick, any early Super Bowl predictions?
Go ahead, give me your AFC, NFC representatives.
I had a dream the Giants would make it, but I don't know if I could say it.
That's a wet dream. Keep going.
I'll say 49ers.
You're putting $1 million bet down, so this you got to use your brain, not your heart.
49ers Colts. I'll say 49ers Denver Broncos.
That's close.
I'll
What
go.
makes you think even the Broncos, let
What?
alone the Niners?
I'll go Kansas City, Chicago.
So you have Trubisky.
I think they have
Trubisky's good then.
I think Chicago. Actually, I'm going to go the opposite. I think Chicago falls off this year.
They're playing a weak division.
So do you think Trubisky's good?
I think he's a good quarterback. We'll see this year, but I think they play in a weak division.
I don't think.
And I think they got a great defense.
So you don't think Green Bay's going to be better?
No, I think Chicago's the best team in that division.
I'm calling a rubber match.
Well, we'll find out opening weekend.
You're taking Patriots Eagles.
Yeah, rubber match.
It's the opening game.
That's
Chicago Green Bay.
And I'm not saying that just because I'm an Eagles fan. I mean, the Eagles on paper right now are one of the best teams in the NFC.
But their defense is not that good. Your linebackers aren't that good.
Have you seen some of the linebackers they picked up? I mean, who's the guy from the Washington they picked up? He's a great. We got him on a steal. You want to know the best part?
Well, is their secondary the best part?
No, the best part about it is that he's still getting paid by Washington this entire year. He has to, part of his contract, because they just let him go. Eagles pick him up for a steal, so he's actually going to get paid to sack their quarterback. The Redskins are going to pay them to have him kick their own ass. The
Steelers have a run for your money too. Now they have Devin Bush and Wyatt.
I think the Steelers
stacked it.
I think
they win the North.
I think the
Steelers
Steelers do well, but not enough to get to the Super Bowl.
How about the Colts? Colts and
Devin
Steelers.
Bush Rookie of the Year.
What do you think about the Colts and the Steelers?
Last prediction then. How about this? Since we kind of went backwards on it.
Yes.
Give me your NFC divisional winners.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you writing this down?
Go ahead.
Cowboys.
I
want to say Giants. I think the Giants can make a wild card.
I didn't ask that. Cowboys.
49ers.
49ers, dude. Did you get hired by them and I'm unaware of it?
Let's see, in the North.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Green Bay, actually.
Green Bay.
I switched on that one.
Anything else?
And then, wait, I'm missing one. The South.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons.
Charlie, give you the same.
As much as I hate to say it, Philly, Chicago, the Rams. Every time, you know what? Atlanta's a bad bet, man. Every time you bet on them, I'm going to go with Carolina.
Wow, not the Saints. I think Carolina has a terrible year.
I hope so.
I think Ron Rivera has
I'm going to agree with the Philly. It's hard to write the Rams off. They still have a great team and they look good, so I'm going to go with the Rams as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Green Bay.
Nice.
Breeze has been too lucky not avoiding injury.
And I am going to go with Hotlanta as well.
Nice. So we're pretty lockstep.
How about the AFC now?
Aren't we lockstep?
Well, I got to have a good mixture of...
Charlie should go first.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Pats. Steelers
that's
narrowly over the Browns.
Steelers. I think the Browns are going to be the biggest boo-hoo everybody's going to have this year because they're all so high on them.
Their defense is good.
I
as well.
agree. I think Browns.
I think the Browns are going to be at best 8-8, but keep going.
South Colts, obviously.
I think that's an easy one.
West. I'm going to go really close.
Denver.
Kansas City over San Diego.
Okay. Go ahead. Start with the East.
The East, that's Patriots.
Okay. I almost can't not have them.
Buffalo will be okay this year. They'll be decent, but the Patriots win. And then
sure they will. I'm sure
the South, Indianapolis.
No, I'm sorry.
The West?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually take Denver. That would be my fun bet.
Yeah, you've been saying that all night, so you kind of have to.
And then I am going to go with Colts.
Okay.
And then and Steelers as well.
Okay.
We're going to be pretty lockstep.
Pats, I'll agree with. Colts, I'll agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I am not agreeing with Denver. Sorry, dude. I can't give you that one. That's a.
I bet you're going to say the Chargers.
I was actually going to say the Chargers. Yes.
Okay. For
some reason, I don't see this being a great. I see a little sophomore slump for Mr. Mahomes. Put it that way.
Could happen.
I don't know how you don't pick the Steelers because who else do you have to reckon with?
Exactly.
You got
right.
Baltimore, you got Cleveland, and you got Cincy.
I think it's the worst division.
And I just said I think Cleveland's going to be a bust this year because people are so high on them. So I have to go with the Steelers on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a wild card pick for that division. Who's your wild?
For the AFC?
Yeah, for the AFC.
I'm going to take Chargers for sure.
Chargers.
Let's put Buffalo in there.
Chargers, not Buffalo.
I'm gonna go with KC just because I have the Chargers already making it.
Right. The AFC West
give me your NFC wild card.
New York Giants.
If they're 8-8, I'll buy you steak dinner. How's that sound?
And then it's gonna be crazier.
All right, go ahead.
Dallas.
I'm going to surprise Charlie with my next wild card. Arizona.
Oh, wow.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's it tonight's show, everybody. I'm done. I think Spence has fully lost his gourd.
I just want to have fun with this. But I do agree with some of these picks.
Do the Phillies make a deal?
By the trade deadline?
Yep.
Absolutely. Is it going to be anything worthwhile? Probably not.
Greinke.
Greinke would be the best bet.
Castellanos.
It's going to cost the least amount.
Green. 3 moves, man. Three moves win him the division.
Isn't Greinke? How much?
Who are
is he
you
getting
giving up
paid?
for that, though? That's my question.
You don't have to give up anything because you're getting so
for all three of them.
You're paying. You have to pay Greinke so much money. In fact, Arizona will probably eat some of his salary. You don't have to give anything up. Mid-level prospect for Greinke. Castellanos is miserable there once out anyway. Green, you probably have to give up Moniak, but who cares? I drive to the airport.
Yeah.
Is he not hitting that well?
He's having a decent year in Double A
He's
this
the
year,
number one overall pick.
But he's had a couple bad years.
I like how people go,
yeah.
well, Moniak's having an okay week. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going to go with it? Mediocrity is okay?
Sad,
3
isn't
players win him the division. Green in the bullpen, Castellanos and put him at third, and the outfield, alternating. You can play both, and Greinke.
Really enjoyed the show, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.